Hi, Misty Arnold here with Bama Sports Yoga in Birmingham, Alabama. Wanted to share a pose with you tonight that's called Dragon Pose. It's great for the hip flexor muscles if you are someone who sits in a desk a lot, which a lot of us, even just spending time driving, any activity, maybe runner or playing sports or any activity where you're shortening the hamstrings, flexing the hips, you're going to, over time, have some tight hip flexors, more than likely. So let's go ahead and come on to the hands and knees, and make sure if you've got a couple of blocks to have those close by, or a couple of couch pillows, something that you can prop up on to help support yourself in the pose so that you're able to completely relax and allow the pose to move deeply into the joint as we work in this pose together. So, all right guys, to come into Dragon Pose, come up onto the knees and bring your right foot out in front. Make sure the heel and the knee are in one line so the knee doesn't go out beyond the second toe on the front foot. So bring your blocks, place one on either side of the foot in front, or your pillows or cushions, whatever you're using for support. And when you're ready, bring your left knee back as far as possible. If you've got a little bit of discomfort in the knee and back, you can use a hand towel to fold or roll it up and place it under your knee for a little extra support. So you'll come into the pose and find your edge right away. So whether you're here to begin or here, we want to find it right away and then resolve to be completely still. There are three principles to these long holds that I like to teach for recovery. One, we always go to our edge. Not too much, not too little, just right. So if you're not feeling the pose, chances are you're not in it. So go ahead and find the edge where you can hold it for time. So once you find your edge, the second principle is to be completely still. So resolving to be completely still in the pose. And the third is something I've mentioned a few times already, we hold for time. So if you happen to have a timer close by or have some way of timing yourself, go ahead and set that, because you don't want to cheat yourself in this pose. When you're just starting out, you may want to start at maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds, up to a minute. And then after you've practiced this pose a while with some consistency, you may even be able to hold it for 5, maybe even 10 minutes on each side. So once you're at your first edge, finding that stillness, connect with your breath so that you're able to completely relax in the pose. So relaxing the shoulders, making sure you're not gripping the blocks, relax the hands, the jaw, unclench the teeth. And after we've held a pose for some time, your body will begin to open up and maybe even give you an invitation to go a little bit deeper. You may stop feeling the pose a little bit. So that would be your cue to go to the next edge. We're constantly playing our edge in these poses. So to move to the next edge from this position, you may want to lay the blocks down on medium, and let the hips come down and forward a little bit more. So if the spine is rounding, chances are you're not ready to be here yet. You can bring the blocks back up so that you're able to sink the hips down and forward without rounding the spine. And so the next would be here. And then from there, you could come down on low. Continuing to relax in the pose, holding for time in stillness. Just to give you an idea of where you could go to the next edge from this position, you could actually move the blocks out of the way and come onto the hands. So I'm not quite there tonight. And also the leg in front can kind of get in the way a little bit. So if you'd like, you could take your blocks and bring them both to the inside of the foot in front and be here. The next edge may be to bring them to medium on the inside of the right foot. And from there, on low, continuing to breathe, sinking the hips down and forward. And from here, if you need to go a little bit deeper to feel the pose, you may want to come down on the left elbow and then the right elbow. And I'm not there quite yet. So if you needed to go even further, you could move the blocks out of the way and come onto the elbows on the inside of the foot in front. So wherever you are, finding that stillness, using the breath, holding for time is key. And to come out of this pose, you'll just come out the same way you went in, taking your time. It can feel pretty intense after you've held for some time. Woo! Bring the hips back and up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Use your blocks for a little bit of support here. Pull the toes back towards your shin. You can keep a little bend in the knee in front to allow a little bit of a stretch in those hamstring muscles. Take an inhale, lift the chest, and with a long spine, leading with your chest, come down over the leg in front and then round the spine. Relax. And inhale, come back up for a nice little ankle stretch. You could take an inhale here and exhale, press the foot into the mat. It may not come all the way down, it may. And then maybe massage the ankle a little bit. That's it, guys. Remember to do both sides, and with a little patience, regular practice, I promise you'll begin to feel and see a difference. If you happen to like this video, go ahead and please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you again soon.